Hey guys, this is somebody you don't know, and I am reviewing Jawbreakers God King. That is a wonderful, wonderful set of colors on this comic book. The cover is okay. Actually, if you think about it as, hey, would I like this to be shown to people who are looking at my comic book collection? Yeah, this is a pretty good looking comic, honestly, or at least the cover. Gets right into the story right away. Pretty interesting in that regard. So let's get into it. So I want to say right off the bat, this is the $25 tier. Comes with good packaging. It's well taken care of. It arrived in pristine condition. Great job from the fulfillment. Comes with this print of Sashi, character from the first one. That's pretty cool. Probably not going to hang that up because it's a little risque, as you can see, but it's pretty cool. So you get God King, Zashi Respawn, and Devil Dog origin story, and a little Desolation Wave preview, which I think is a sci-fi project. So that's cool. So my biggest problem in this book is the first 2 or 3 pages here. This is not a good way to set up the story. The art style is completely different. It's not even a style I really like, and I'm just more confused, honestly. The Jawbreakers are a team of ex-superheroes turned mercenaries. Of course, they've burned bridges with the CIA and fought a giant gorilla in Africa. There's a reference to some real stuff right there. Boko Haram, I believe, is something that really happened. Don't really have the time to look it up right now, but that's very familiar to me, so I guess this takes place in the real world, which is interesting. Knife Hand can use his power to teleport his former clan of ninjas that want to recapture him. Apparently this lady here, the blonde lady, is the daughter of one of these guys, and they're going airborne, drop into Manhattan where the God King is messing around. Their weapons are transformed into rose petals by the God King. That'll become important later. So this is the page that really set me up for failure. Devil Dog is killed by a psionic mine. Of course they'd have a psionic mine. They're psionic ninjas. What else would they use? An invisible minefield that runs around the entire perimeter of Manhattan. So I don't know if that was before the airdrop or after. Not really sure what's going on with that. When Knife Hand activates his powers, they kill the Jawbreakers. And then Knife Hand reveals that he was only using the Jawbreakers to get revenge on his father, who may or may not have something to do with the teleporting ninjas. So God King is messing everything up. So, like I said, so we got this art style, and then we go to this. It's really different. There's a bunch of bad guys. I'm not sure where they are after the airdrop. Venom makes an appearance, I guess. Art's okay. I really like this panel, honestly. Still alive? Not for long. It's a clear communication of movement. That's pretty cool. I don't know what this guy's power set is, but I assume he has like the standard super abilities and such. Let's see. This guy really... Okay. So this is one of the things that cracked me up. Well, I get that he's supposed to be in shadow and everything, but this is like really purple. Not so much here and there, and he's kind of got like a duck lip thing going on there, like, yeah. Brother. Alright. But what is going on here, man? Ah! Oh god. Nice rack. Alright. So, again, the pitch for this book is G.I. Joes if they had superpowers. The only one I really see doing anything with superpowers is this guy. And his name's Knife Hands, and if you are in the military like Richard Meyer was, you know that Knife Hand is something of an in-joke in the military. when you're really mad at somebody, you give them a knife hand. And I think that's what this character's punchline is. Not really sure. A huge problem throughout this book is character development. They're superheroes in the G.I. Joe squad, but I don't know who has superpowers other than the knife hand guy. Apparently Silkworm has like some webbing he can make out of his mind, and the black guy probably has power bands or something. I don't really know. They don't really spend a whole time doing the superpowers. So I'm going to skip a few pages for the copyright gods. Let's see here. So this turns into like a giant robot deal. They go underground in Manhattan, and they find a giant robot they fought before. And here he is right here. This looks like a toy, man. I see this and I see like a parody 1970s anime robot thing, and this is just, I don't know what universe this is in, but this is a really bad design for a couple of robots. Here's the other thing that I really didn't like about this book. So it's called God King, and they're obviously going after somebody really powerful. So Richard comes up with the God gun. This is a gun that shot the singularity and ignited the Big Bang. So you have this super high concept, really out there idea in the book, which, you know, if you could pull that off, that's pretty interesting. You know, this could elevate your book. But instead, you got this. You have the singularity of the universe being shot out of a gun, and a couple of toy robots. They're giant, and they're fighting and stuff like that. There's some really weird stuff with Hell Priest here, and apparently he ripped out his own eyeball Naruto style. And there's some standard bad guy fighting, and don't want to give too much away, but apparently there's some kind of like Thanos break you down into cubes thing going on. I don't know if that's homage or ripoff, but it's really familiar. Skip a couple pages because I don't want to spoil it if you haven't got it yet. I don't really like the bad guy's design. It's really bland. I don't know if it's the colors or just the fact that he has like a bunch of 90s stuff going on. The hairstyle is really stupid on this character. Gold armor, white cape. That's not really a good set of colors to look at. So I do hate this character, and he's the bad guy, but I hate him because of what it translates to my eyes rather than his motivations, which I don't really know other than he is the God King when they start, and then he wasn't, and who knows, and there's some like backstory going on, and I don't really know what the character is. And I guess it is explained, but it's not really explained more than, I guess, something regular human beings wouldn't understand. It's so far out there, and it's such a sci-fi concept, and you got to remember that a few pages before this guy was in a giant toy robot throwing down with a group of G.I. Joe guys. And then we get the Lovecraft monsters. It seems like every indie comic out there has a Lovecraft element to it. It's a really easy thing to throw into your book when there's no copyright on those ideas. So, am I happy with this book? Not really. Aside from the green-handed dude and the God King, here's another example of superpowers being used. Cybernetic or psionic webbing, whatever. That's used once. The character development is really bad. I'll say the book ended well. And there's like a good moral of the story, if you will. But the characters really don't do anything outstanding. There's no hero moments other than a estranged father, you know, giving up on himself or something to face the unimaginable horrors of whatever. So nothing really stands out. The art is really, really crowded too. I don't even want to count how many panels there are in this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's not too bad. But every page in this book is like, where would you start? Like, you open this page up, where's your eye going to? There's nothing that stands out. It all blends together. You have to kind of sift through it. If you had this digitally, you could hit the button to go from panel to panel, things like that. But, you know, this is a whole thing with the Knife Hand's character. I'm not sure that's resolved. You have this taking place, it might as well have been its own story, because Knife Hand doesn't really contribute to the defeat or conclusion of the God King guy. It's just, you know, it's in there and it's almost a completely different story. There's some other cool stuff in this book, I guess. This is Cyber Sashi. I guess they brought her back to life or something. And then this is the Devil Dog story. But if you remember reading the first pages at the beginning, Devil Dog's dead. So you have this Black Widow Rogue One problem where you're going to read a story or get into a story where the character's already dead. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't know why people do that. If you're done with a character, then you're done with the character. Leave them be. So, yeah, this God King. Am I upset about backing this? No. It was $25. It arrived really clean, and it's, you know, just from the cover colors alone, this is something I won't mind having around. Maybe I'll flip through it once in a while to think about it. But there's a lot of ideas in here that don't mesh with each other. The toy robots plus the Lovecraft plus the gun that created the universe or something. The Big Bang, of course, it would come out of a gun, right? That's a cutesy idea, I guess, but I don't know, man. The whole opening 2 pages, 3 pages really set this thing up for failure. He died from a mine. So, yeah, I'm probably not going to back Grand Bazaar, because after I wanted to give you another chance, because Lost Souls was pretty bad in my opinion, and you got this Aaron Alfici guy, and Aaron Alfici's got some pretty great work, black and white, but whoever did your colors ruined it, man. It's just too busy. You throw too much on the page at once. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 panels. I think 6 panels is about the most clear communication you're gonna get on anything. There we go again. So, yeah, it was really quick read. Had some interesting ideas, but if you're hiring these really talented people to write and draw your books, Richard, it might be time to start hiring more writers. I know Chuck Dixon did one for you, the Devil Dog thing. That's cool. You should really think about having someone else take over the main part of your book, because I don't know where it's going. It's a self-contained thing. I think the villain was defeated. Can't remember how, and I just read it and flipped through it again. Just nothing really important happens in here. And definitely nothing memorable. If you walked out of this movie, you'd forget it really quick. So that's my review of Jawbreakers, God King. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. And we'll see what happens next. And good luck, Richard. Bye.